Hey, shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, call all Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kahawadash. And of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth across the four corners of the earth. Not only that, being out on the highways and byways, but also uploading many videos, alright, to help further push the truth out there across the four corners. To wake up the remaining hopeful elect, this is Naaman with the DC Camp, a branch of Great Millstone, back for another video. And what you see here is, well, a farce, in my humble opinion. This, although it says all UN Security Council members except the U.S., I mean, would you expect no less? Say famine in Gaza is man-made. Of course it is. They've always known this. Alright? It's just, what? 4 weeks? It'll be 2 years? A little more than 4 weeks? Wow. And all the people that have died over there for some bullshit. And people know it's bullshit. They knew the lies that were coming out of there, the BB and all his cohorts in the U.S. with their lips glued to Israel's ass. Everybody knew it. Everybody's complicit. And now you want to come out and pretend like, but you're not doing anything, you're just, and in fact, let me see here. So you can see the current members. It says UN Security Council. Alright. You got 15 permanent members. Alright. I'm sorry, 15 members, 5 permanent, which are China, France, Russia, Britain, and the US. And those others, Algeria, Denmark, Greece, Guyana, Pakistan, Panama, Republic of Korea, Sierra Leone, Slovenia, and Somalia. I mean, come on. You know, all those people over there, like we were discussing at camp yesterday, the land doesn't belong to any of them. And yet, again, that's prophecy. Alright, he divided the land. Alright, it's Joel 3rd chapter. Alright, so all this posturing, and we're coming into a time now where we're seeing these prophecies kick off, and we've been going over them in class. Ezekiel 38 and 39 chapter, Revelation 12 and on. Currently, we just finished 15 and 16. So, yeah. You know, now we're coming into 17 where it says they shall hate the whore being America. Alright, and that's right on point. Alright. Israel rules over here. Israel rules America. Your president that you voted for, all those MAGA pieces of shit. Oh man, Trump is the right one. Well, that was one hell of a con job, the flim flam man. You know. And now you realize that, I'm talking about you MAGA and all you Edomite / white supremacists, you realize that, you know, he pulled a fast one on you. Now you're burning your MAGA hats. You look all sad and you're making all these videos talking about blacks were right all along. Yeah, it's too late for all that shit. Because you voted for this motherfucker. Because you just knew that he was going to do everything to hurt us. But because you didn't do your research, you didn't realize that DEI and affirmative action benefits you more than us. All that shit our people fought for during the 50s and 60s, and you know, you wiggled your way in there and made sure that the white woman would be considered a minority, actually the white man too. But all this DEI and affirmative action, for the most part, hurt her up front, because all those firings, guess what? You know, it was mostly the Edomite woman. Yeah, I'm laughing because this is hey, all those scriptures, Psalms 7 and 15 and 16, Psalms 9 and 16. You know, all those things that, you know, you dig a ditch. Basically, let's get it real quick, and you're going to fall into it. You know. Let's see. Whoops, hold on. Let's see. Let's go to Psalms 7. Let's scroll on down here. All right. It says, I'll start at 14. It says, behold, he travaileth with iniquity, sin upon sin, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. It was so nice it said it twice. And that's what's happening right before your eyes. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. All those curses that were upon us is falling upon the so-called white man. And it's beautiful. We're seeing these curses, these prophecies happening right before our eyes. Alright? Deuteronomy 30 and 7. Alright? It says, and Moses called unto Joshua and said unto him in the sight of all Israel. Alright? Oh, no wonder. I thought that sounded odd. Salaki. Sorry about that. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. It says, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuteth thee, which lines up with what? Jeremiah 30 and 16. The same thing. Alright? So, this is what you get. And now you're looking, you should see all the sad videos, you know, videos of all these sad people, I should say. Northern Kingdom, yeah, because they've shown their ass towards Southern Kingdom, Jakes, you know, for the longest time, because they fought to be white. We extended our hand out to them for decades, and there were court cases back in the 30s, 40s, it may have been the 40s, and LULAC, what was that guy that used to head it? I can't remember his name. In the 50s, I think it was around 58, he said, and I'm paraphrasing, the plight of the Negro is not our concern. He can fight his own battles. All right? But when the Civil Rights Act and all that came about, oh, well, now we're brown. You know, see, all this is coming to a head now. But, you know, especially with this here, you let these fake wannabe Israelites, these Israelis, these Edomites pretending to be us, slaughter these people for almost 2 years, all right, with impunity. And looks like they're just going to get away with it. I say it looks like. But oh no. These things are being allowed to happen for a reason. And big reason is it's exposing who you really are and who you're not. And that's the big thing. And people are coming against you now. You can't run this game that you've been running on the world about, you know, always throwing up that Holocaust bullshit, you know, because the great boogeyman Hitler, which was one of you people anyway, his real name was Schicklgruber, all right? He was one of you, all right? So, all these lies, and when somebody brings it up, oh, you're anti-Semite, which isn't even a word. See, all this great this con game, all of this is coming to an end, and you can't stand it because you had so much power there. You it, you became, well, it was a source of great wealth for you. You know, a giant pity party. Oh, please have mercy on us. We were victims. And that's the ruse that, you know, the great trick that you played on the world, pretending to be somebody else. And people, because of, well, one big reason is what? Edomite / white supremacy. It just had to be. If there is a God and a heavenly host to include his son, he has to look like us. We're superior, right? No. You have no idea what you did. But you will. All right, let's get back to, well, not TK. uh, let's get back. All right. All UN Security Council members. Look at these comments. Just like our recession. All right. President of the United States raises tariffs 500% on countries that voted yay on that Security Council vote. Look at that. We're going to punish you for speaking up, for trying to stand up for what's right. Hold on. Right, I'm back. All right. Look at this. 500% tariffs. I mean, yeah, here's the other one, Dark Dragon 324. I mean, yeah. How do you deny that? Are there naturally occurring bombs and aid blockades? Oh, aid also doesn't get stolen naturally, all right? And you know, a lot of that so-called Hamas bullshit is, you know, like ISIS, you know. Israeli secret intelligence, you know, service. It says changing the definition of famine on the fly. Yeah, this is something else they do. You know, change the rules midway to suit them. All right. Yeah, they're infamous. All right. Let's see. I'm from the U.S. I agree with the rest of the UN Security Council. Just putting that out there. As of April, this is from Prince of Ponies, as of April 2025 this year, more than 80% of the Gaza Strip's total cropland area has been damaged. That's 12,537 hectares out of 15,053. Damn. And 77.8% is not accessible to farmers. 71.2% of the Gaza Strip's greenhouses have been damaged. A conflict that's destroyed nearly all animal wealth in the Gaza Strip, approximately 97%, and that's not by accident, because they want those people out of there. They are intent on building that, let me see if I can pull it up, the Ben Gurion Canal. Let's see. This is what they've wanted since 1963. Alright, because they don't control the Suez Canal, all for commerce. Again, like most things, you track it back to what? The money, right? As soon as it pulls up here. These are some evil pieces of shit. Alright, here it is. Named after their prime minister, who went in conflict with JFK from May to June of '63 because JFK wanted them to register as foreign agents. All right, like AIPAC and all that, before they really got going, and wanted them to be subject to weapons inspections, and they didn't want this. So in June of '63, David Ben-Gurion abruptly resigned. He said, "Fuck it." And November, of course, 22nd of '63. Well, we all know what happened to Kennedy. I'm just putting that out there. I'm not saying nothing. All right. Now, I don't know why this is taking so long. Oh man, let's see. Let's get rid of some of these. All right. Let's see. What the heck? I'm at a loss here. Reload. Like I said, I have this floating, this wandering Wi-Fi. Here we go. Here it is. This is what they want. That's why they want these people out of the land. It's not that big of a secret now, but since '63, this is what they really wanted to do. Let me blow this up. Let's see. Come on now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Like I said, these are some evil, wicked pieces of shit. You know, they as the scripture says, they can't rest. All right. Okay, come on now. What is Israel's Ben-Gurion Canal? Plan and why Gaza matters. All right. Dang it, after all that, and that's the wrong one. Salakia. All right. Why didn't it? That's what I want. Damn it. Let's try this one. All right. Let's see. All right. Like I said, that's the best example. I don't think it's going to get any. Unless I'm doing something I'm not. Oh crap. Let's see. I guess that'll work. All right, here we go. Now, like I said, they don't control the Suez. All right, so they want to build this over here. All right, and it takes you down into right here, Aqaba. All right, the Gulf of Aqaba. All right, and that's what they want. So they want to clear out all of this. Is any wonder what when Armageddon happens? All of this, all right, is going to be in play. All right, these wicked, wicked, evil bastards. All right, and the people that had the power, of course, were in on it. People that had the power to really say stop. Why? Because these banksters that actually run the world, they claim to be the JOOs. They claim to be Israelites, and we know they're not. One huge criminal organization, right, that have gained so much power because of a lie. And you stupid ass Christians allow them to do so because you don't even understand what you've been reading. Prophecy is the main thing. Wow. All right. Let's see. Yeah, because a lot of these people are still stuck on stupid. They, you know, wow. All of these people. Let me, in fact, I just showed you that map. I can go back to it because I can bring up another point. You know, I just, yeah, this is where all your, when your people get drafted, this is where they're going. All right, when they're not here for the upcoming Civil War. Yeah, and they're not going to come back when they go over here. All for the sake, all right, of defending the lie being Israel. Yeah. So they have to, you know, speed this thing up because too many people, all right, are wise to the game. All right. So the thing is, oh, we got to clamp down. We have to get this control because when they start up this digital monetary system, that's it. I got you on lock. And for those that don't, you know, initially we're gonna say, well, you know, you're gonna play this game. Well, it's gonna be in your best interest, you know. If you take this, if you don't, you'll be locked out of the system. You really can't, you know, survive without it. You'll just be existing. Oh, they're gonna try to sell it. They're gonna have celebrities. I mean, actually, that's all they're there for anyway, to influence the masses, to help them get things pushed over on the people. All right, so to them, that's money well spent, propping these idiots up, you know, that look like you and me. Yeah. So we're coming into some very dangerous times. All these shootings because these Edomites can't handle, you know, that's their history. They, as in the words of Dr. Cornel West, they're being niggerized and they can't take it. You know, it's just what it is. That's why I always say at the end of my videos, be wary, be circumspect, you know, of your surroundings. All right. And now that I've said that, that's going to be it. I wouldn't intend for this to be a long video, but yeah, it's like, oh, now you want to say something? Now it, wow. No backbone, no spine, you know. So with that, once again, I hope whoever views this has been edified. All right, and like I said, be wary, be circumspect out there, not only for you know, looking out for these Edomites, but constantly examine yourself. All right, because that's 1 Peter 5:8. You know, in fact, we'll end it right there. All right, there's times when you are vulnerable. All right, 1 Peter 5:8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." All right. Yeah, buddy. So with that, until the next video, hey, shalom.